Hello, ladies and gentlemen, for everyone joining us on YouTube and, of course, joining us on the streams. We are starting our playthrough today of All Quiet? No. Against the Storm. Not quite. Not quite a different game that also features on the channel. And we've just had update 1.7 drop, and we are ready to go and see the quality of life update changes and start our third settlements. Now, we've just completed a whole bunch of these and been granted the Harpies as one of the playable races to have in our settlements. And so we're now going to look at some upgrades. Although, hang on. Yes, no deeds, as that game history. Yes, let's go and look at our upgrades. And let's see what we have available. We have 37 food stockpiled, which is quite nice. Get a permanent 1% boost to the global chance of producing double yields. Every villager in your settlement gets a permanent 2% increase to their walking speed. Again, 1 embarkation points to spend on resources and bonuses. Get a new embarkation bonus to choose from when starting a settlement, which is villagers. Get a permanent 2% boost to global production speed in your settlements. We've already got... Yes, we've already got that. Permanent 2% boost to global production speed in your settlements. I can upgrade your hearths to neighborhood level. We actually are going to go and grab that. I'd love to be able to upgrade my hearths and to hopefully have more effect against hostility. Let's go and grab that. We'll come back for the other ones, I think, after the next game. And... oh, whoops. You're back. I have to go. That's not what I was after. I was actually... didn't want to actually go to my home. I was looking to come to the world map. Now, as you can see, we have built our first 2 settlements on our journey. And we got a bonus at the end of last one, which gave us an extra 2 distance to be able to do this specific caravan on. So, we do have an event down here, but I don't think it's worth it because I will gain 20 vegetables and planks for all of my starting caravans this cycle. But I don't think I'm going... I only hope we don't only have to do 2 more this cycle. So we're going to jump forward, and we're going to do quite a leap because we want to make sure that we can actually reach the bronze seal next time. At the end of the cycle, if the seal was within your embarkation range, you can try to reforge it. So, and to go and do that... win a game after solving 2 forbidden events. That does mean, however, coming to do the settlement here. That's why I don't think we're going to go down there, because it doesn't bring us any closer whatsoever. If it was here, I'd be in. But it doesn't actually bring us any closer whatsoever to the seal. So we are going to have to go pretty close. And so we've got marshland, we've got coastal groves, we've got a sealed forest, which has some nice little modifiers. Woodcutters don't increase hostility, but every 10 felled trees adds 2 hostility points, which is mental. I intend on felling a lot of trees. The broken ancient seal is hidden somewhere in the forest. To find it, you must first look for clues in the surrounding glades. Its mere presence in this land summons foul plagues upon your settlement during the storm. A blueprint given to you by the Queen herself. This powerful ancient structure will allow you to summon aid directly from the Citadel. And the flora in this region is bizarrely mutated. Overgrown trees with a lot more resources charges can be found in the forest. So there is always that. I mean, we could jump back a little bit, but you know what? I think we're just going to go for it. Severity is taxing. I'm actually going to drop down this difficulty. Maybe. Settler severity mild. We have 1 bad condition. Rewards. 10% Citadel resources at the end of the cycle. Cycle duration permanently increased by 8. 30 experience, 114. Do you know what? Let's keep it on Pioneer. Let's not shy away from difficulty. Conditions are horrible. Caravans. We have 2 caravans available. We can take some Harpies. They excel at alchemy and love to work with cloth. They need jerky, paste, boots, coats, scrolls, and tea. Jerky doubles up with lizards very nicely. Tea, I don't think doubles up with anyone yet. Paste, I don't think does either. Boots double up with lizards. coats double up with beavers and humans. Scrolls. I remember they're beavers. A group of 2 villagers. Oh, of course, then we can just smash out 6 lizards. No, we're going to go and grab... I want to try the harpies. Now, obviously, by the looks of it, you do only get 3 people per settlement. We don't know what the third is going to be. And unfortunately, there's really not much synergy between harpies and humans. But, okay, it says, and we can find out how... average amount of fertile soil, so it's not overly fertile. Let's go and grab... We're taking some harpies. We've got fish and bugs. We have 4 embarkation points. Go and take the eggs. Always nice to have a bit more food. We may as well go and take the wood, because I'm going to take one of these, and I'm not going to take roots. And so, let's take... I mean, we are going to have clay. We're not going to have any stone. Not going to have any fish, which is interesting. We should have meat and bugs, some berries. Trees can actually get us meat, sea marrow, and leather, which is all really good. I'm actually going to go for some extra people to start off with. Oh, my mere presence here will trigger the end of the cycle, regardless of how many years are left. You only have 1 chance to reforge the seal before the Blightstorm comes. Oh. So this means... This means I wouldn't get to do another village. And we are not quite yet halfway, so there's always a chance of doing another village. That being the case... I think we're actually going to take a small step back and try out... We're going to try this. We're going to go to somewhere, and so we've got Gathering Knowledge, the Marshlands. I don't think we've done a Marshlands yet. This was Coastal Grove, and this was Royal Woodlands. We do also have this one, which is a very interesting one, Cursed Royal Woodlands. I mean, it starts with a negative effect. The forest reshapes itself, it's impossible to recognize the danger of the glades, which is also always very interesting. But no, we're going to come here. Oh, it doesn't actually have a lot of resources. Has a small amount of fertile soil. We get coal, which is good. We can get mushrooms, leather, and wood from the trees. We can get grain. That's good. We're still going to take the same caravan. We're still going to take the same resources. And we're still going to play on the same difficulty. We're going to jump into this one because I don't want to end the cycle and I want to have a go to see what the marshland looks like. So, back. Alright, so our forest mysteries are... So obviously we have the giant organisms and gathering knowledge. Giant gathering knowledge can be found in Forbidden Glades. So Forbidden Glades are going to be quite powerful on this. And then we have the forest fruits are so ripe they almost fall into the basket on their own. Gathering speed is increased by 50%. Small pockets of bone marrow form in the ground and on trees. Gain 5 sea marrow for every 5 coal produced during drizzle season. Then of course we have the storm. We have a veil of moisture obscures vision. It is hard to walk in these conditions. As long as we have housing, that can be prevented. Even the hardiest villagers need some sort of cover in this weather. Fill the following needs: housing and clothing. Villagers with this effect have a -5 penalty to their resolve. Villagers with this effect have a +20% chance of destroying the yield with each production cycle. To prevent it, fill the following needs: services. Right, so we generally want to be aiming for clothing. Obviously, we'll be aiming for housing anyway. And services. Let's go and close it. We do start with beavers. And let's have a look at our map. Look at these. They look horrible to absolutely begin with. And so these are on these ones. There's going to be giant nodes in here. Mushwood. That's what I'm chopping down. I'm going to chop down some mushwood. In terms of very dangerous glades, there aren't any actually near me, which is a bit of a shame, so I can't go and choose to try and get a giant node. We have got 3, but they're all in corners. So what we're going to do, let's start, obviously, with a simple woodcutter's camp. What we're going to do is even that placing thing seemed a little bit different. We're going to say void glades except marked. I am, however, going to go and mark this first glade. And then he can just chop to his heart's content. Yeah, 100%. Going to go and path this round to start with. And what's the point? What do we start with? We've got some eggs. Snake nest. We have overgrown stone node. Gets us some stone, some algae, and some potential insects. And I think, having a quick scan and a look around, that's it. Okay, we have low chance of soil fertility. And, okay, clothing. They all need coats. So that is definitely something that I really want to push up, because that also then negates the cloud burst, which is pretty harsh, to be honest. -5 penalty to my resolve. And then we will look to have our services fulfilled, which I believe is, yes, services. That is a shame. They're all different. We need tea, wine, and incense. That is a bit of a shame. Okay, and so let's have a look at our potential starting blueprints. A trapper's camp. That's not a bad start. We will use nearby farm fields to grow roots or herbs. Always a potential. What can we potentially grow from the beginning? Nothing. Okay. An advanced trapper's camp? I mean, that would be a pretty good idea. I think allows us to get higher level meat, insects, and eggs. Go and grab that one. And then our next choice. Oh, lumber mill is definitely jumping at me. So is the kiln, however. As is the brickyard. I'd take all 3 without hesitation. But I think I'm going to pick the lumber mill. We use planks a lot more than we use bricks, and I can't see any coal yet. Hopefully we'll get the kiln later on. And the clothier. 100%. However, just before I do grab that, let's simply come up to our recipe panel, and let's remind ourselves what that takes. Takes a fabric, so we will need to, or a leather, and I think if I remember we did get leather from our trees here, and then it potentially takes either dye or resin. Now resin we don't get from trees here, so let's see, we will need to find a source of dye. Well, it looks like we can get the cobbler already. Not overly happy with the choices of what makes dye, but that's the same all the way across, unfortunately. So we need... Really, we need a source of berries. That's the only permanent one we'll be able to get. And a tinctuary. Or an apothecary. I'd take an apothecary. But, no, so we can't get dye yet. There you go, Cooper. I was about to say coats, and then I clicked on it and then say Cooperage. Enriched fuel field engineering station. Very nice. Essential for powering advanced machinery. Ooh la la. We can't actually get that. It's because I had select all ticked. We apparently... Oh, yeah, because we can get the crude workstation. Okay, so for my last choice... I mean, I think I am going to get the clothier. I know coats... I'm potentially jumping ahead of myself a little bit. But we really want to fulfill the need for coats. Because that affects all 3 of my guys, and it negates one of the negative effects. So let's make sure we don't miss out on that, basically. Then we want a trapper's camp. Unfortunately, we don't have lizards. Oh, we don't have lizards for our hearth either. RP Firekeepers can teach villagers how to be more nimble and agile. Global carrying capacity is increased by 5. A lot about different burning techniques. Fuel consumption in hearth is decreased by 20%. Patience grows 25% slower. I thought the lizards were the best one for that. Want a stonecutter's camp. Then we of course want to set a beaver in there. There's going to be no advantages either way for this, so we'll simply go for a couple of humans. We got a lot of them to spare, and I think here as well.
Yeah.
Grab a couple of humans, and in here, for now, we'll stick a couple of harpies, but that's just to help out. And already going to rearrange some of this. Let's start moving. We also managed to, yes, get ourselves the plethora. Put that down there. Let's jump up and look at housing as well. We can get 3 houses so far. Chuck down 2. That will help with our housing problem. Yes, we can. There's a small chance, but we can get leather from trees. So hopefully we'll be able to get a bit of a stockpile. We can also get mushrooms, which is really good. We do have here as well extra production chance, 11%. Production speed, all 104%. Because he is in a bonus, he has a 10% chance of doubling his yield. It's all very nice. So, yeah, we'll see what this first node brings us. We have 3 idle people, and got a bit of fuel left. We're not gonna burn it up too fast. Half level 1. We need to get 8 people in housing, and a level 4 decoration, which I always do love putting in park because. Oh, you can actually put barrels in these little places. Do I want to put some barrels around our houses? You know what I do? Just put a barrel there and a barrel there. Got a couple of decorations next to our houses. Use a cornerstone. An old talisman made from the talons of a phoenix. Gain 2 wildfire essence for every 2 completed dangerous or forbidden glade events. Attract wealthy settlers. Newcomers bring 40% more goods with them for every half level gained. I'm not really feeling this. I don't know. 40% more goods? For every half level? I mean, I can now get 2 half levels, so that's an extra 80% goods. Do I just take the amber? I might just take the amber. Orders. Right, let's have a look at our first chances of orders. Objective. Have 2 woodcutters camps and 30 wood. Deliver 3 packs of building materials. Let's have a quick look. I think I did with my... No, I get trade goods with my lumber mill, not... Building materials I can get with a clothier. And what do they take to build? Because I quite like the bonus that comes off it. I don't know why I'm typing it. It's right there. Plethora takes me either 7 planks, 4 cloth, or 4 bricks. I mean, it's still fairly expensive. But how many did it demand I produce? Only 3. I mean, the +1 to plank production for everything is pretty nice. We actually are going to go and pick that. The other one was easier, but I prefer this reward. Have at least 6 harpies for 30 seconds. That does get me a herbalist camp. We're definitely going to go and get that. Blueprints are golden. +1 to stormwater production, some pipes, and some more villagers. I'm sure 6 harpies wouldn't be too much of a hard thing in the long run. Harvester's camp. Stonecutter's camp. I have both of those already. And deliver 10 bricks. Or we can get 3 more building materials. Complete any 2 glade events. They both get us 3 parts, which is fantastic. I think I'm actually going to go for this one this time. Complete any 2 glade events. Shouldn't be hard if I go and pick it nice and early. And it just means we get some more packs of building materials. So now we need 6 altogether. And so let's potentially get the cloth here down. Not nice and early because we don't have any planks. We don't have any fabric. Alright, and we're building our barrels. Don't they just look fantastic? We're going to keep building these up here. And we're going to keep gathering that wood. And we'll see what first glade event we push through to. We have 3 people not working. We do, however, need a lot more scouters. I'm going to leave it at just 1 more. We're a little bit low on timber at this point. I should probably go ahead and get another woodcutter's camp, to be honest. I'm going to go and stick him right in here. We'll just stick both the humans in here. Avoid glades except marked. And we are actually going to go and open up this glade as well, right from the beginning. Alright. Things are ticking along. I mean, these 2 should in essence allow us to finish glade events. Which may, if we're very lucky, attract some more population and get us a couple more harpies. And then packs of building materials. Oh yes, we're not going to build a clothier yet. Or a lumber mill. So we will need a crude workstation. We're just going to go and place this right in here. We're not going to have it build anything just yet. So to build a lumber mill, we need bricks and cloth. So let's turn off pipes. We don't generally use pipes either. This... I'm reluctant to let it use stone at this point. Algae. We're getting some algae from our stone camp here. Not much, but we are getting a little bit. What did we manage to gather? Oh, copper vein. Interesting. Some more overgrown stone nodes, so that's more chances of algae. And a little bit of a wheat field. No. Okay, so we can start getting some copper. We're going to go ahead and... yeah, that will be algae. But I thought she would have had a bonus, I suppose, because it's not specialized. Because they love working with cloth, apparently. So no, they're only going to, in essence, build me 1 cloth. There are no events in here, which is a little bit of a shame. But we'll see what this one brings us as well. And so this stonecutter's cap will simply move in there. And I do have to look at getting a mine. That will get us some copper ore. I'm not entirely sure what use I'll have for copper. Obviously, copper, I suppose copper bars and then maybe some tools, which will help us in the long run with, you know, opening crates and all that kind of stuff, which is a pretty good way of getting reputation. There you go. So we're making some of the cloth that is needed. I'm gonna go and say use stone. Not the most efficient. I need only 2 bricks. We're simply gonna leave it at that, to be honest with you. Let's turn off your fabric chance. If you can make me 2 bricks, we'll leave it at that. The cloth here needs 5 planks, which we'll get from our lumber mill, basically. Okay. Then we're gonna go and place that. There, we can't get to the other one because it is currently blocked off. There's no one around to build them either. I am fully aware of that. I'm going to wait for someone to become available. Aha, and what have we got? This is easier. An algae pond, a snake nest again, and a coal vein. Very nice indeed. So we will definitely get a small fishing net in here for the algae. That's going to help our cloth. We have another snake nest we will move this guy across to when we get to that point, and then a coal vein. Stonecutter's camp. We move you into there. Mark this path for increased area of effect. So to say, activate. There you go. I've gotten. Packs and perks. Happy fire keepers teach global carrying capacity increased by 5. Force delivery. Okay, I don't know if it's just because they're already building. We'll see if they come and gather the goods afterwards, but obviously I need to get them out of there into my storehouse so they can be used. And you will move along. Gather us some more eggs very, very shortly. And let's go and grab a lumber mill. Just there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 harpy off there to help with building and all that kind of stuff. And where do I... Oh, I could come down in here and get this small glade as well. I am going to go and do... Oh, hang on, let's... After that, he can harvest to his heart's content, whatever he so wants. Other than that, I'm... Oh, no, I've got one up here as well. Other than that, then I am surrounded by bad glades. There. Okay, you're... Turn off bricks. Actually have you deliver the goods. Return to main warehouse, return to main warehouse. And deactivate. Alright, now we do have our main goods. This can now be built. And we can start to get some planks. We do, in fact, let's come to here. Let's turn on fabric. And let's have you make 2 more fabric. That'll get us our clothier along with here, where we don't want scrolls or packs of trade goods. We just want some planks. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any beavers around to be doing the building on any of this. Oh, we've got lots of things waiting for us, which we've been ignoring. Securing the deadliest corners of the forest will make it less terrifying. Completing a Forbidden Glade event reduces the hostility gained from dangerous and forbidden glades by 3, and from small glades by 2. Completing a Forbidden Glade event reduces the hostility gained from dangerous and forbidden glades by 3, and from small glades by 2. Each discovered small glade increases the working speed of scouts investigating glade events by 50% for 180 seconds. So hang on, so that would make dangerous and forbidden glades worth 13, and small glades only worth 5. I mean, it's not bad. It's really not bad. It means I would have to complete a Forbidden Glade event, which, as I pointed out, is a bit... I couldn't actually jump straight to them through here. Can I do the same here? No, not quite. And then we do have... So I could actually jump straight into one here. I am going to go and like... I kind of like that. I think it could be useful. We have newcomers. I'd love some more beavers. All right, we'll get 1 beaver and 1 harpy. We'll take 4 cloth as well. I could do with some of that, and parts are always useful. How are you doing? Okay, we'll let you finish what you're doing as well. Beavers. I'll take you away from there. Put the beaver in there for now. I need an extraordinary amount of beavers, quite frankly. Be turned off now. And go and build a path down in this direction to keep expanding the settlement. And let's go and build ourselves line coming off here. I've gone and done that. Let's deactivate. Takes planks, bricks, and parts. That was me not paying any attention. You can be deactivated. How are we doing on planks? Oh, we've got 6 cloth. Got 2 planks so far. And what that goes and leaves space for, a couple of benches right in there. That should allow our hearth to upgrade to level 2. Or I suppose level 1. The resolve is increased by 1. Global production speed is increased by 10%, and global resolve is increased by 1. You go to get to the next level. We need 4 decorations, 4 more comfort, 4 for aesthetic, and 2 more people in houses. And we've just gone and pushed through open to here. We have another algae pond, a little bit more of copper vein, and what is this? A leech brood mother. Very nice. How are you doing? You've got 4 so far. Let's force you to deliver those goods. Okay, delivery in progress. No, he's actually resting by the fire. We do have 3 3 people, not up to much. Let's go and build ourselves another shelter. And with that shelter was aesthetics we need. We need 4 aesthetics and we need 3 more comfort. Bush, a flower bed, a garden. Pipe. Okay. All the aesthetic ones go and cost... Oh, you've been built. We still have 5 planks, apparently. But you know what? Let's go and... I want a flower bed in the corner of this house. Let's go and chuck that down as well. You are going to be one of you. Let's go try and do this off leather. Now, unfortunately, we don't have that, so we won't be building any coats. Pack of building material. That is exactly what we want. Water skins. Oh, they're in fact used for crafting. I was about to say, they actually do us nothing at this point. Yes, I don't want to use resources on water skins pretty much at all, to be honest. We're going to try and get some packs of building materials. And we have some more orders available. The materials will hopefully allow us to finish up these 2. Crown sends you new orders, Viceroy. Pick your choice. Oh, wow. We've got luxury goods, which I can build in my carpenter. Or we have trade goods, which I can build in my lumber mill. I don't have a carpenter yet. I do have a lumber mill. Which, I mean, produces me planks at level 3, so that's why we have that. I didn't mess up. The main currency of the kingdom, we will get... Traders will arrive 15% quicker, 5 parts and 2 villagers, or 4 villagers, 15 amber, plus 2 flower production, gain an additional flower every yield. I don't know if we're ever going to be doing flower in this run. And I cannot yet produce luxury goods. I mean, this one is definitely possible. What do trade goods cost me? Many things that I don't have. I'm gonna leave it for now. I mean, I do want to see what the next one is, but let's not rush into it, basically. I'm gonna go and put a harpy in here as well. Get the production going a little bit faster. And then this costs planks, bricks, and parts. We do need to make some more bricks. Not going to rush it, however. We will be able to deliver these 2 things very soon, and so get more blueprints. And we'll see what we get. Might even get some more harpies, who knows? We're going to go and... I'm going to move you up here. And let's cut through to this small glade as well. We are aiming basically for this big horrible forbidden glade in the background. We're not going to rush it because, again, we're very low on resources, etc. We're still in very early stages. There you go. We are going to be making the next of our building materials now. We have 2. We're going to get 2 more. And then we'll get this. And then we'll start to work those glade events. Maybe I'll be lucky to get one here, but I don't think so. So we are going to jump up and attempt to do this forbidden glade. And like I said, unfortunately, we can't really get to another forbidden glade. Unless I literally just chopped all the way through the forest and ignored these. Because it's not every completing a forbidden glade event. I suppose maybe it stacks. Maybe it stacks, or maybe I do in fact go for that and chop all the way down here. Those guys are still chopping through there. We have... We do have the packed goods in there, and plus then once this one's built, we're going to have up to 6. So I do need to make sure I stop them building anymore. We also then need to get ourselves a source of dye. Because that will allow us to start getting coats, which negates this. Which is fantastic. Fog is already negated. We are waiting on one spare plank. Delivering all of the goods back to whence they came. Let's go and deactivate you for now. And let's fulfill our first order. And that allows us to get bonus plank production. That also then... Tinctuary, I think that's what we're going to have to go for. I do really like a stamping mill. And a provision is not bad either, but I think we are going to have to go for the tinctuary and try and get some dye. Go and pick that. Does just so happen to fit in this little gap. Let's leave that to be built. Won't be building ale or wine just yet, although they would be glorious things to have built. Kind of using insects. I don't like overly using food for it, but it would allow me to make some dye. And it only takes 2 dye to make 10 coats. So, I mean, every one of those is 50 coats, basically. Don't go above 20. Take one each of those in there. What I'm going to do is on my consumption thing, let's go and turn off consumption of insects for now. Hopefully we can get away with that. And let's use them to make dye instead. Three for 3. I mean, it's a good good yield. You will be a harpy. We'll be turning on coats. We will be using leather. But 25 of those. We can go up to 250 coats from using leather. And then we will soon get some dye coming in as well. No gathering stone near... Don't think we discovered anything down here for you. No, we didn't. So let's simply put you there and deactivate you. And then let's look at potentially what comes next. You're grabbing that snake nest. I'm going to move you slightly this way so that you'll pick him out of his gathering spot. Now we have a lot of copper, which does take mines, which we don't have. That in there. Got one human on it to just gather that out the way. And then I'm down here for the algae, I think. Or something I'm doing. Oh no, the cloth takes algae. Fabric. We're not producing any of that at this point. We would need a... Oh, I don't think I have anything. Oh, I do. There it is. Small fishing hut. Trader found. We have a water strider malt. It gets us leather with a bit of chance of food and salt. We have some grasscap mushrooms. And a wandering merchant. Blight may have taken my sight, but my journey is far from over. Take a look at what I've collected over the years. A famous Viceroy emblem passed down from generation to generation. Discovering a glade during the storm lowers impatience by minus 0.5. +2 to tea production. Gain an additional tea every yield from gathering, farming, fishing, or production. +2 to porridge production. Wouldn't mind this one. Lowering my impatience. I mean, my impatience is actually going up quite fast, unfortunately. But that does cost me 23. I don't know if I can overly sell anything that I'd be happy to part with. Because I've got nothing that's a permanent production, so to say. Attack the trader. I've never hit attack the trader. I'm going to try it and see what happens. I'm pretty sure bad things will happen. Assault the merchant and take some of their wares, but beware, this has consequences. I'm going to try it. Consequences. Villagers killed during... Oh, we lost a villager. Traders will avoid this settlement if possible and arrive 50% slower. The forest saw what you did and it remembers. Okay, wow. 2 impatience points. I did gain all of this. Oh, hey, I gained the tea. I gained 40 amber. Okay, in the long run, I'm going to say that is not worth it. But now I know. A harpy lumber worker in the lumber mill died. That's okay, we'll leave it just to the beaver now. Yeah, not worth it, folks. Not worth it at all. Porridge production increased by +1 for every 150 units of drizzle water produced. Gain 1 villager every time you discover a new glade. Pick. 100% pick that one. Okay, we're gathering that. We've got this on a build. We have 2 unemployed workers. I'm going to stick you in here and start to get some coats produced. Yes, we have dyes. We have leather. Which is, of course, going down. We have 10 of it in here. That's fine. That's... there's a lot of coats to be built, so let's not worry about that. So yes, we are going to get some available coats. Take a harvester's camp to get me some more leather. You take me a small herbalist camp to get me my mushrooms. And I am going to want to build a small warehouse. Okay, we've got the resources for one of those. And another small hearth. What I also want to go and build is a small warehouse. Take those trees out as well. Then I'll get a small warehouse up there, which is really going to help things move along. Probably get a small warehouse down here as well. Let's go and stick you in there. We don't need anyone to build anything quite yet. Although, I don't know, this warehouse isn't actually so far because it's at the bottom of my settlement already. Get some more villagers. We'll definitely take the beavers. We'll definitely take the harpies. I'm going to take the double beavers. Because we can then, for instance, get more harpies available by doing things like this. Start to put the beavers where they do well. There you go. Extra production chance is an extra 10%. So yes, let's get the beavers working. We do have someone that needs a house. Go ahead and solve that. We do now have 14 people housed. We just need some more decorations. And once again, going to go and put a flower bed in there. Yeah, what I'm going to do... Let's focus on that bit so I can get my warehouse in. And once I got my warehouse in, we'll continue here. Because once I got my warehouse in, I mean, that makes that a lot quicker. Go ahead and chop down those trees first. Okay, and we are increasing, or we're going to be increasing our global resolve. We need to get, what, 15? Once we get coats in here and get it fulfilled, then these guys will in fact go up to their resolve limit. And very nicely. Trader found. Yep, trader not found anymore, trust me. We do have even more orders available. I should potentially pick one of these. It's just which one do I pick? I mean, I can do this one, whereas I cannot do this one. Okay, we'll go for this one. Objective. Have at least 2 hearths upgraded to level 1. I will definitely do that. Builders can carry an additional 5 items. I get 15 amber pouch. I mean, this does get me 3 beavers, which is quite nice. Beaver clan remembers your help, plus 3 to beavers resolve. It does, however, cost me 12 crates of building... of that. 12 packs of building materials. Which I can do, to be fair. That's not too hard. Because coats aren't too much of a problem. This one's easier. No, let's actually pick this one. I'll take the 3 beavers. Keep beaver resolve above 22 for 60 seconds. Gets me 4 more beavers again. Steel pen knives. +1 to root production and 20 amber. Have 16 farm fields and produce 15 packs of crops. We're not going to do that. Open or send 3 abandoned caches of any size to the citadel. Fill your village's need for leisure 60 times. Carry 10 more items. I'm going to go for this one, I think. We pretty much always send... Although we don't actually... Oh, we do actually. Now we have some tools. Pretty much always send... I want to go and stick that right in there. So as soon as that tree has been chopped down, we'll go ahead and do that. However, on that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to end part 1 of this stream. The stream will obviously continue, but for those of you watching it on YouTube, this is the end of the first episode. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you will join us again in part 2.